Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl, Cran K, Karabo. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy. I hope you're Stella. And I hope you're in a neat little bunch. If you're not, welcome to the party. Story of my life. Anywho, so it is the 2nd of February 2024. And we're still going through it. I actually commenced a fast yesterday. I forgot to mention it. Yeah, this is my 2nd day, but it's after 6 p.m. now, and I've just acquired something to break the fast just because I'm super hungry. It's 2023 right now, as in the time. Yeah, 23 minutes past 8. So we're gonna be eating just this packet of jelly babies so I don't feel shaky or whatever. But these jelly babies, they remind me of me. The way that I'm so beleaguered on all sides by strange males. This one guy from America. And then like these guys from South Africa all over the show. They think I'm a baby because I'm dependent on everybody. I'm dependent on I don't have my independence. So like a jelly baby, they out here on some, but like you're a baby. And you're a jelly baby because you're edible. So, we're just gonna consume you. No, oh, okay, whatever, fine. These are nice, they're delicious. Anyway, haven't had jelly babies in a minute, and right now I'm thoroughly eating for hunger. Let me put my captions out there. No, my caveats. Captions. I've got captions. I bet you can see them just popping down there. They're not always accurate. Look out for that. They're sometimes misspelled. They use a small g for God because they are irreverent and yeah, you know, the wrong words and stuff. I don't have an editor. I don't have anybody to help me along. We keep them there because we think they're cute. Yeah. Captions. Secondly, another caveat, watch out for my white cast sunscreen. Today's especially like phenomenal. I don't know what's happening. I've got a big forehead. I think that's clear. One time a guy told me that I've got a big head and he was trying to be my husband. Well, we all know that didn't work out. Kinda gotta tell you, you've got like, you look like a zebra when you're heavily pregnant and you've got stretch marks. Yeah. I didn't want to get called a zebra seeing as I was already being told I have a big head because of my forehead. It was the guy in the US. Abused and just from the get-go. Now, with this like white cast sunscreen, he would have probably been like, oh my goodness, you look like a big-headed zombie. Oh, you know, when you were just a guy that's full of teasing. Anyway, whatever. Thank God that did not quite work out. But like my big forehead is making it ever so starkly clear that we're wearing sunscreen and it's got a white cast and it's demarcated right there where everything commences, especially because of my plaits. These little braids that I have on my head right now have made it so obvious that I have got a white cast sunscreen. Really just, you know, like trying to wreak some handsome havoc in my life. I'm sorry, I can't lay edges. But we can try. Do you think if I lay the edges, the white cast sunscreen will be less white cast? White casty? Anyway, whatever, that's a caveat on its own. Like, look out for it. I look like a ghost. I guess that's what people are trying to make out of me. A ghost. Something dead. No, we're not doing that. We're just not, okay? These are good. They're nice. My teacher, English teacher when I was in primary school, one of the grades, hated the word nice. She was like, do better, exquisite, wonderful, spectacular. Nice, it's just such a blah word. So now I'm all insecure when I use the word nice. Girl, you look so nice. Nah, I look fabulous, not nice. Anyway, apparently it's dangerous to use the word nice when you can do better. Okay, what else? Oh, makeup. Oh, very potentially. These are really great. Same teacher was like, you can't be calling stuff great because great means big. I was like, yeah, these are really big. Let me use the word, please. Like, anyway, whatever. Makeup. I may or may not be wearing some application makeup. If I am, you'll know because it keeps on falling off. Don't worry, I'm not shape-shifting. And then I'm only human after all. 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 Don't take a shot on me. Whatever, that was boring to do. Okay, so when you prick me, guess what happens? I bleed. Cause look at my cheeks, they got all red. It says I've got blood and that I get hurt and stuff, so please stop poking and prodding away at me. Okay. I'm doing edits in the background. Are you bored? I'm sorry. This is a story of my life. I'm bored, so I bore people. No, guys, you know, I'm not bored. I'm sad. I'm not bored, I'm broken. I'm sorry if you're dealing with a delay over there. It will soon be gone. These are so lacquer. So delish. Anyway, yeah. My teacher would have been like, use delicious. That's the better word. What's with nas? Hey, leave me alone. It's a word in the vocab, okay? But she was right to a certain extent. What was I saying? Whatever, I forgot. Hopefully I will regain my bearings. It's the 2nd of Feb. You know what? We don't know what's happening in this world. Are we going? Okay, this is what's not gonna happen. For sure. Just in case you were wondering. I'm not gonna get consumed like a jelly baby. That's not gonna happen. Oh, I wanted to say I'm gonna be doing edits in the background. Yeah, I remembered. Because, I'm backlogged. Not really, actually. Not really backlogged. But it would be greatly appreciated if I didn't end up backlogged because I'm sitting here just recording a video. Instead of doing edits because, you know, whatever. Guys, let's just get straight into it. You know what's not gonna happen? I'm not gonna get consumed like these jelly babies. It's just not gonna happen. Everybody can just dream on. Everybody can just dream on. I am not going to get consumed like some jelly babies because I am a child of God. And oh, whoops, that didn't go as planned. And you're not gonna get to take. Oh man, these are so good. The thing is, I'm eating them for hunger because, like, I'm breaking a fast. 2nd day fasting. I'm probably gonna fast for a whole month, the whole month of February. I said I was gonna stop fasting, but wow, I'm fasting. Booyah, look at that. Flag kicking some entities in these streets. Never shall we die. What does that look like with like lipstick on it? Look, it's got lipstick. What does it look like when it's got that app lipstick? Can you see the jelly baby? You know that song in Pirates of the Caribbean? Never shall we Pirates be like, pirates, they're literally trying to eat me whole. The song is like, never shall we die. Christians are gonna be like that in the tribulation. You know what's not gonna happen, guys? I'm not disappearing. Oh, come on, now don't do this to me. Oh, for real? Seriously, yo, whoa, I have to wait for this? I gotta wait. Hey, it's okay, we'll wait. I wasn't planning on waiting, but I gotta wait. My computer's so slow, I can't do more than one thing at the same time on it. What's not gonna happen is me disappearing from my YouTube channel. There's this chick on YouTube that does videos. Well, I mean, she's on YouTube. A Christian chick. She hasn't been online for months now. Don't know what's going on with her. She was doing videos of her dreams and visions and what God is showing her is coming. Largely end timesy. And she just disappeared. Poof. Her name is Romo 10. The Lord showed me that people are gunning to make me Romo 10. Like somebody that's gonna just disappear. Like get tired of basically sharing what God is showing them. Not feel confident anymore. And then disappear. Because like, I'm tired of feeling embarrassed. I'm tired of feeling Like I'm just doing all this work and it's going nowhere. I'm exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that look like a raisin is chilling on my lip? Or if not a raisin, like ntsomba, like a mole, like a witch's mole. You know, witches are just in these streets be like, hey, somebody should put this, but like there on you. I just never shall we die. Whatever, yeah, that's going in my mouth. I just ate sunscreen. I don't care. Anyway, yeah, they want me to disappear like Romo. I'm not going anywhere. Cause Romo got a 9 to 5. She got a 9 to 5. That German chick on YouTube has a 9 to 5. So when she disappears on YouTube, it's not like she's just sitting around gathering dust, dying in some shack at the back of her mother's house. She got somewhere to be. I ain't got nowhere to be. So Romo can afford to like basically be discouraged until she leaves her YouTube channel. I can't. Can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy. I just can't give up now. Like when you're scared and your bottom lip is quivering because like you're so scared. Like I just can't give up. When I was in high school, yeah, back when I had, I don't know, friends, my friends and I used to tease our accounting teacher. She was this Indian lady and she used to be very petite, tiny, and her shoes, like, because she was so skinny and because her feet were so narrow, her slippers, her toes used to like stick out, like almost touching the floor because her slippers were never narrow enough to hold on to everything. She just had such a small foot. And we used to say that her toes are on the on the brink. We used to say that her toes are on the brink. Yeah, basically of like death or something, because they were like hanging on to the edge of her slippers, the edge of her sandals, and yeah, the accounting teacher, right? So when then every time we'd make a joke about being sad or being on the edge of yourself or feeling like it's almost over, we would mimic her and her accent. Like the toes are like on some, you're putting me on the brink, you're putting me on the and so we started to do that with our lips as well. On some, you're putting me on the brink, look at me, my bottom lip quiver, my bottom lip you're putting me on the brink. I'm sorry. Is that a dry joke? It was funny to me back then. It was funny to us back then. We used to tease our accounting teacher because every time she would shout at us, she would sound like she's her toes. You're putting me on the brink. Yeah, I don't have people anymore. Moving on. Now my jelly baby's on the brink. This jelly baby is just like me. It's just like me. It's on the brink. Like, yo, guys, like, I said that had to happen. I don't have decorum, please, like, relax. I am sorrowful, so I don't have decorum. But like this here jelly baby is exactly how I'm holding on to every day of my life. By the skin of my teeth, like Papa. Hanging on to a lip and jiffela. But I'm not falling off, am I? Not falling off. But I am definitely on the brink. That's what's good. Hey? When you're poor like Karabo, when you can't afford lip fillers, not that you would want them. This here's the new Kylie look. Get pout yalona eo. That is sweet. Yeah. It was sweet, y'all. Put us on the brink. I'm not going anywhere. Unlike Romo 10, you might have put me on the brink, but like I don't have a 9 to 5. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have an alternative. I don't have, you know when people say don't quit your day job? Like when you start to like break out into song and you can't sing, and then they're like, don't quit your day job. Well, honey, I don't have one. Don't quit your day job for YouTube, Karabo. I don't have a day job. People make sure that I ain't got no day job. So they put me on the brink just like this jelly baby, hanging on by a thread to some lips. Where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna ride it out? What am I supposed to do? Like, Papa, somebody tell me what you expect a sister to do. What you expect a girl to do? What's a girl to do? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's a cheeky gonna do? What's a girly girl gonna do? When you done did this to my life, edge of my seat. This is my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is my lips. And I am this jelly baby, hanging on to dear life, so I don't fall. So when you want me to stop doing this, where am I gonna go? You took me out of the South African workforce. You took me out of gainful employment. And now I'm a dot of a jelly baby hanging on to a dying YouTube channel. A stagnant YouTube channel. 4 stagnant YouTube channels. 5, one of them is a fitness channel. Facebook, frozen. Everything is frozen. I ain't got nowhere to be. I can just quit. Like Romo 10. You're naive. Quit and then do what, y'all? I need to know. Like, I need to know. Where is I gonna be? You know what that sounds like? Like in a drama, when somebody's dying, and it's like somebody very important, like someone that the show loves, and then they start to play that ominous, sad music, because like somebody is dying that is not supposed to be dying. That's me. Like a lead character, or not even the lead character, but the lead character's wife, or the lead character's partner in crime, or the lead character's like, you get my point. Like people that are important in a show, when they die, you know that music that plays that shows you them dying, like they've just been shot and they're out there like trying to like grasp for air, and like their bullet wound is gushing blood, and this person was like and they can't speak because they're dying, and their friend is like, or their wife, their best friend, their colleague is like, come on, no, don't go, no, John, no, don't go, hey, no, Sally, no, keep talking, and she's like, and she's like that. The music be like, you be out there trickling a tear because Sally's dying. That's me. And Sally's holding on by a thread. And you expect me to leave YouTube? Don't nobody want Sally to die, but Sally's dying anyway. That music is playing. And you think this is not a dire strait? You think this is not a bad situation? When Sally is holding on for dear life. To life. Like the jelly baby. You're not gonna make me a tragedy. It's not basic, okay? Not without a fight anyway. If I must be a tragedy, then I gotta die just like that movie. That scene in that movie. Sorry, my nose is runny. Yeah, I gotta be like the scene in the movie where a very important character is dying. And nobody expected them to die. So they gotta play some like strange music, you know? And as soon as they play that music, you know this person's gonna die. It's like, no, don't play that kind of music. No. Don't play that kind of music. No. Don't. Because then that means that they're killing off this character in this movie. And so you get all emo until that person breathes their last. I'm gonna be that Sally. It's that basic. With that music, that's what you want to understand. Playing ominously, that violin just keeps going and going while somebody very important is dying. See? Suspense music. So that people won't be out to be prepared to just let me go that easy. That was the last one. What in the world? So the lost version of Sally is holding on for dear life. You're out here killing Christians. Is that what we're doing? I'm going to make it very hard for everybody to be loved, embraced, adored, accepted, taken in one stride. If this thing results in my death, let's just put that out there. If you little buggers end up killing me, all this music will have been playing in the background with the violin, and I will have been holding on to dear life just like this jelly baby on my lip. With music like that playing, to make it hella impossible for you to ever live a normal life without somebody out here in these streets trying to grab a neck like a whole tire, put it around your like waist and pour some petrol, and then turn on the light to necklace you for killing an innocent woman. Like, I am going to make myself a living nightmare to every one of my enemies, to a point where people will vigilantically just end you because you ended me. I'm gonna make that a thing. I'm not going out without a fight. Why would I want to leave YouTube? Because that's what I just keep seeing out here in these streets. I heard Pinaya Adele. The song you got Adele. I have to replenish my lip stank. Oh, come on. Like, really, I just want to do my edits. Like, why don't you just let me do my edits? My edits. Black people. You and your homicidal tendencies. Do you? But y'all ain't gonna take me out that easy. It's been a minute you've been killing your aunties. Been a minute you've been killing your sisters, your brothers. Been a minute. You've been at it. I've been chosen for a job. And my job is to basically either bring a cessation of hostilities against your own family members, or be the last thing or the last person you did that to, because I made an example out of you. All of y'all with your human sacrifice rituals. I'm replenishing my lipstick, guys, because it's running out. Yeah, it's dried up thanks to these sweets I'm eating, but that's just the thing, right? Everything of mine is finished and I have to like poke it and prod it away out through my fingernail of which is eroded too because of I just come from eating jelly babies. Leave me alone. Washing dishes all the time and did that to my fingers, but you won't even notice, guys. You're not gonna notice that I've got lipstick if I've put on application makeup. Otherwise you will notice the difference. But you definitely see it on the lip, on the hand, on the finger. Yeah, this thing of yours out here human sacrificing your cousins, your uncles, out here massacring your babies, out here taking your sisters to the abyss before the poor girl can even turn to Christ, eh? These sacrifices, these rituals you do against your own kin. Your colleagues in the office be out here impoverishing the living daylights out of them. Killing people you don't even know. Vomiting the name of cousins and co-workers and mothers and sisters and brothers. Whenever the occult is like, give us blood, give us blood, give us blood, give us the blood, we want the blood, we want the blood. We want the blood, we want the blood, we want the blood. Give us blood. And they like, give us when they like, give us blood and we'll give you a career. You then just quickly vomit. Jabu seems like good enough blood. Lerato seems like good enough blood. Karabo seems like good enough blood. Tichufato seems like good enough blood. Pinky seems like good enough blood. Brian seems like good enough blood. Tipiso seems like good enough blood. Just vomit the names of your people to basically spill their blood in these streets so that you can get a job. I'ma make it hella hard for you to do that to me. Y'all who out here be just vomiting names of people. Entire souls born in the image of God. They were breathed into and they became a living soul, just like Jesus made Adam. And then you're like, nah, sorry, you're not Karabo. She's not going to get to live past the age of like 39. Karabo's not going to get to live past the age of 30. Karabo's not going to make it to her 29th birthday. Why? Because I need a job promotion. Okay. Well, I'm going to make it hella freaking stinky hard. That's what's good. For y'all to get away with this, I'm gonna make out of you. Like Sabela wako Sarafina, he was necklaced, wasn't he? Yeah, little chase wako strating. You are literally going to get burned in these streets. People are gonna batulelada. If at all I must die, like Steve Biko. If I gotta be thrown out of John Foster Square and people claim Utimina I committed suicide, this is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a riot. There's going to be some people in the streets. There's gonna be some vandalism. There's going to be some awakening that's going to neutralize the living daylights out of every last little satanic buffoon. In these streets, that was obviously wrong. It's that basic. Yeah, I'm not gonna go down easy. I am going to create a monument out of witches if this results in my death. Leave my YouTube channel for what? For what, y'all? For what? I'm so pretty. Like, I'm so cute. My face gotta be seen. Why would I want to leave YouTube? Because ain't nobody else gonna see my pretty smile. Ain't nobody else gonna see my beautiful eyes. Ain't nobody else gonna see my big forehead. That's the real reason why I'm so pretty. But I just gotta go like shiver in a cold little Antarctic room, hey? I gotta go shiver in this little room and hide all this. I'm sorry, no, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. Minandimhle. I was supposed to go out there in the world and be like all pretty. But I'm told, I gotta sit. Really? Last time I checked, I wasn't a dog. You can just say, go Spotty, run Spotty, sit. You don't get to tell me to sit. I'm not gonna sit. Impoverish me as much as you want. Put a disco ball in the darkness of night that you're rolling around in because you're celebrating the demise of an innocent woman. Do what you want, but understand that if this results in my death, if this results in martyrdom, if I am expelled from the planet altogether, there will be some necklacings happening. We're gonna go back to apartheid South Africa and how it is that we used to deal with Dimpimpi of that regime. Ain't nobody out here taking any prisoners. I'm telling you right now, you will be necklaced, you will burn. You are going to have villagers that are angry out here coming after you. South Africans, let's just have a discussion, okay? So like it's 2024, I bet you recognize that. And because it's 2024, on social media, everywhere, there are people teaching everybody how to do witchcraft. But do not mistake the indiscretion of social media to keep such content up there. Don't imagine that indiscretion to mean that people are content with witches living among them. Largely they don't. Because witches you steal, witches you kill, just like your daddy, the devil, and witches you destroy. So those people that you afflict actually really don't like you. Whether or not you've got a channel on YouTube that's got 5 million subscribers. It doesn't matter. Because if you go to the Magayes, to like the rural areas, the country of South Africa, rusty, dusty, if you go to the rural areas of our South Africa, you will know just what happens to witches. You will know. You will know just what happens to people who get busted doing witchcraft. All of y'all that live in the inner city, suburbia, you're spoiled. Yeah, you're spoiled little brats. Because people in the inner cities in suburbia have everything to lose. They've got everything to lose. They've got jobs and everything. They go to skyscrapers and they chill at the pinnacle of their buildings and they look at the city, inhale the fresh air and feel blessed and highly favored because they've got jobs. So really, if you've got a job, ain't nobody out here trying to go to a next door neighbor burning their house. Because then you're going to get arrested for arson, you idiot. And then you're going to lose your career. You're going to lose your cute little pram that you push your baby in. You're going to lose that gym membership that makes you look cute even though you're not working out a single muscle. You're going to lose your clout in society and your fake reputation as a stellar citizen that is above reproach. So all of y'all Josie Maboneng people, survive your incendiary activity as the witches that you are only because everybody is too busy nursing their lifestyles. But Batoko Magayeng don't have lifestyles, you guys. They don't have Insta accounts. They're not out here taking a photo trying to see if at all it'll make it on Instagram with 500,000 followers. No. People in the Magayes, even when they do have cellular devices, just very frankly aren't, gunning for those 300,000 followers on TikTok. Because largely they don't even have Wi-Fi. And even if they did have Wi-Fi, it's at the mall. And really and truly, the life of an influencer is a foreign denomination to them that they don't understand. So, given that they're not trying to gather all that clout, when then they live in exorbitant hardship, and then people just make it worse. Oh, I'm already going through a lot. Like, goodness. I already have difficulty putting bread on the table. Goodness. It's already rough. I can't even afford to fix the fact that my toilet is clogged. And then you come at my house with that stuff you be doing? For real? Is that what we're doing? If they can convince enough people that you're a witch, they kill you. That's what happens, Magayeng. Like, yo, we need to talk about 2024. All of y'all that live inside Josie Maboneng, eh? Out here chilling out in skyscrapers in the center of Johannesburg. Can we have a discussion about how it is that you're going to find yourself exorbitantly wanting at some point? Just because you can get a nice little followership on YouTube or TikTok for being a mtagati, and just because you can get away with a whole bunch of money being a, not money, murder, being a mtagati, in your urbanized lifestyle does not mean people are okay with it. Largely they're not. It's just that they've got stuff to lose. They've got stuff to lose. They've got jobs to lose. Reputations, children, degrees will stop mattering when you are just being that arsonist. Do you understand? But so you can understand the true nature of how people actually truly feel about witchcraft in their midst, only go and live in the center of rusty dusty just for a month. Go and live in a village for a month. Go and live a month. I'm not telling you to move your whole house and like Paris Hilton live the simple life for an entire year. A month, maybe even a week. You don't have to stretch it out too much if you're too much of a spoiled brat and you don't want to lose your fingernails, your manicure from living the hard knock village life. Go to where people still have to go and collect amanzi from a central reservoir because the government is not providing sufficient irrigation and plumbing, so they have to go and get clean water from one tap in like a 1 kilometer, 3 kilometer radius. Go live there just for a week. Make it a holiday. Make it an expedition, like going on Survivor and seeing if at all you can survive without having your lamp snuffed out. Live there where it is rife with sorcery. And tell me if there is the level of brazenness and bravado you find on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and co. to basically come out as a witch. Y'all, please, like I freaking dare you. I dare you to go to Magayeng, to the Plazzies of South Africa. Go to the Plazzies, please, and go and live there for a week. And tell me how many people are proud of practicing occult magic there. Tell me how many people in those areas are outwardly witches. Like just out. Like a closet homosexual coming out. Like he was wearing a teeny weeny insy peensy yellow polka dot bikini that he wore for the first time today. She was afraid to come out of the water. Cause she's wearing this tiny little number. But then one day she was given bravado. To reveal to everybody what she's wearing today. She wore a teeny weeny incy wincy yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. A teeny weeny incy wincy yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today, but she was afraid to come out of the water. Suburbia has made people like ones who are walking around with a teeny weeny insy pincy yellow polka dot bikini that came out because LGBTQIA is fashionable now. Came out of the closet because now you can afford to live like a whole flagrant sinner against God in the midst of a society that has called good evil and evil good. But there are people who have not been turned. Do you understand? There are societies that are still not turned. That you can be out here rocking up with your teeny weeny incy wincy yellow polka dot bikini that you wore for the first time today. Afraid to come out of the water. You better stay afraid. Indeed, be afraid, be very afraid. There are some communities in this world that will tell you, be afraid, be very afraid. Don't you dare come out here and flail that stuff, because you're not going to make it past the street. You're not going to make it past your gate. You're not going to make it past the bush. We're going to follow you in there, and we're going to club you to death. We're going to burn you. We're going to hack you to death. And the police will find your body, and ain't nobody going to say nothing about how you died. You will literally be a cold case that will get closed. And upon your perishing, it will be good riddance. There are people that don't pride themselves in walking in darkness as a glory. It's written in God's word that these people of this horrible generation that we are living in the last days, that their God is their belly and they glory in shame. Their God is their belly, they glory in shame. I believe it's written about false shepherds in the book of Jude. They glory in shame. And I mean, when you're those people, my cat, when you're those people whose God is their belly and who glory in shame, Queen Cat, just keep yourself in a neat bunch over there, please. We're talking about yellow polka dot bikinis that should not be coming out of no closet. But these people who glory in shame pride themselves in all these ostentatious shows of indiscretion in front of everybody, because everybody is out here having YouTube channels that are 500,000 subscribers big, of entire tarot card readers, psychics, mediums, like witches that are glorified in a falling society. This is not the Wizard of Waverly whatnot, or Sabrina, the teenage witch that has been proliferated by Hollywood or any other entertainment industry. Even in this country, they love to proliferate with Satan. They wonder about ancestral worship in all of these television shows and then glamorize the lead characters therein that are walking in this devil worship. Now, this is not mainstream media, because I get to burp, I have no decorum. Because I'm suffering. This is not mainstream media that's trying to normalize that which is not normal. People who are largely unreached by all of our technology, that live off-grid, and the outliers don't have much of much. Their governments are not out here putting telecommunication poles up to make sure that they're reachable. You know, those machayas where you go to and you have to like do that with your phone in the sky because there's no network. There's no signal. Yeah, people who live in joints like those are not as muddied in their disposition as the rest of us in these inner cities. And so they're still largely, I can't really call them pious, because the human race has always been sinful against God, and the road has always been narrow that leads to life that few people find. So the majority of people have always just largely remained unsaved. But even within an unsaved state, there have been better times in history where it is that people could live, I guess, more or less normally amidst others without being just completely decimated due to a maintenance of some kind of a flatlined or homeostatic amount of morality generally in a society. And off-grid people are still largely kind of homeostatically moral. Moral and homeostatically collectivistic, in that they tend to take care of the needs of their fellow man in a way that is, I guess, a matter of self-preservation, because if at all you don't take care of the community, the whole thing dies, the whole thing suffers, the whole thing suffocates. So their collectivism is inspired by a need for survival, and it is that collectivism that makes them basically call out the witch from among you and burn it, because it's not a her or a him, at the stake. Y'all need to understand I don't like witches. I have quite the prolific irritation against them. I give a funi. And I will forever be a protagonist against them, that people might develop the good amount or right amount of just indignation in their hearts against them to finally do something. Like, I need y'all to get witches. If you don't repent, you're in trouble. Why? Because after you have decimated enough people, they don't start to be like angry freaking villagers mobbing you. They're gonna start to bring out their clubs and everything. Matchsticks, leave your dead cadaver. In the bush. They are gonna do that for the police to find, and everybody will just be on the hush hush, not even a single witness as to how this person that was obviously murdered by an entire gang died. And it'll be a cold case that gets closed. And people will just look to the side when the police knock on their door and ask them, how did this happen? They're gonna be like, I don't know, I was sleeping at that time. And so the case will be as quickly opened as it is shut. So all y'all that are living in the cities that are literally walking, never mind, guys, like what? In your offices, in your teeny weeny insy peensy yellow polka dot bikini that you wore for the first time today. Oh, guys, it's a new piece, it's a new number. Walking around all butt naked in the office, I kid you not. MTN used to be so inappropriate, like on Black Friday, whatever. They would thoroughly have like these chicks in bikinis, like, okay, maybe not bikinis, it was full panties, but none that it was bikinis, not G-strings, not thongs, at the booms, at the gate, at the door, put there by marketing, to send out flyers to motorists as they're coming in. There were complaints from men and women alike that this is an office building. This is a professional environment, and I'm not trying to be distracted by girls looking like they're at the beach coming into the office. Those women are not dressed, they're like wearing panties and bras. Last time I saw a panty and a bra was at home when I was leaving my wife as she was busy getting dressed. I'm not trying to go and see my wife, volume 2.0, literally at the boom gate at work. So the marketing team basically realized that, guys, like, there is a time for everything, just like in the book of Ecclesiastes. A time for war and a time for peace. A time for bikinis at the beach and a time for fully clothed marketing ladies at the boom gates of an office building. They should be wearing, literally at a minimum, some, like, at least, like, a very high heel, maybe a mini skirt, but definitely not a bikini. There is a time for wearing a bikini, and then there is a time for not wearing it. And inside the office or even near an office building, it's just not that time. Thank God people stood up against that random activity, but the only reason why the marketing team at work imagined that they could do this at the boom gates, introducing people to flyers of Hello Summer, Yellow Summer, that MTN campaign Yellow Summer, introducing them to Yellow Summer. It wasn't Black Friday, it was Yellow Summer, it was Spring Day. Yeah, the only thing that gave them bravado to do that was because already people were slapping silly and ravazaring and shattering and slaying corporate wardrobe from inside the building. So basically, I blame ignoring those who disregarded corporate wardrobe. I blame the ones who did not raise the infringements against corporate wardrobe to HR. I blame them because they made marketing. Imagine that MTNers have got no qualms with seeing entire buttocks exposed in the office. Yeah. Because inside the building where I used to work, on regular days all throughout the year, never mind just on spring day, chicks would be out here rocking up, guys, with, I promise you, bum shorts. On like a regular Tuesday. It's not even casual Friday, not that it's okay to wear that in the office even on a Friday, where it's jean day, but like proper, just covering your buttock, and that is a short. Those are pants that a woman is wearing in the office, and we just used to see these like chicks and their legs, like looking like they're at the beach, walking up and down the office every single day. Women wore crop tops at work. You could see belly buttons and their belly rings. It's like, what in the world? I used to say that MTN was like a university campus, like a very stumbling environment for men. Any Christian growing up in college trying to study would have a really hard time because women on campus are barely dressed and you gotta gouge out your eye, cut off your hand. But at least when you work in a corporate, you can at least trust corporate wardrobe to make the company not look like a university campus. But when I started working for MTN, I was like back at Wits again, right there in the Matrix, with chicks out here bending down to pick up pins and you see everything. Yeah, because the chick is wearing literally close to nothing on campus. That's how it used to be. But nobody can tell a student what to do. There's no university campus wardrobe, at least largely in most universities. But there certainly is a corporate wardrobe. But at work, at MTN, where I used to work, there was no that. There was a corporate wardrobe. There was a policy, but it was ignored. And bosses never raised it. Nobody raised the fact that chicks were racy in the office. We actually saw crop tops, in other words, people's entire belly buttons. We done seen some thunder thighs with like heels racy high like that. We've seen fishnet stockings with like tiny little skirts. Hey, Batung, it's like, are we in a club or are we at work? And so when then all this like stuff was happening in the office, I mean, like women wearing, you know, I mean, look, there is a way to like, boob tubes is, you know, boob tubes are a sensitive point, because sometimes they can look okay if your like neckline, if you've got maybe like a neck piece and your breasts are covered, like all of them are covered, and they're just like the boob tube dress is like over there and it gets to your knees. It's not like a short skirt and on top of that a boob tube, and you are putting, like I said, maybe you've got like a neck piece that draws attention away from this area of yours. But like the boob tubes that used to be worn at MTN, it's almost like it was for dominatrix ladies that would like tighten a corset underneath and make sure that all the breasts are out there, and you will see these two little peaches over here in this boob tube of this chick that's looking like she can't breathe, and that's what she's wearing in the office, distracting the living daylights out of every guy, girl, cat, dog, pig, like elephant in the room. And because of that activity, because of that, yeah, marketing saw it fit to just, you know, slap everybody with some bikinis at the boom gates at the beginning of the company. As we were entering in the morning, we had to be brazed by that offensive scene of a beach like party, but like at the office. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, people were supposed to rather just complain about corporate wardrobe being disrespected, and that's the only reason marketing was brave enough to think they would entertain staff with that kind of pornography at the booms. Yeah, well, staff members lament at MTN about the bikinis. Yeah, at the entrance is similar to what under heaven is ultimately going to happen to you witches. You think you can just, now that you've made an observation of how much everybody on social media is just coming out as a witch. Guys, I identify as a witch. And you know, our ancestors are really very important, and it's our art, really, insofar as you do good witchcraft and not bad witchcraft, you know, you're gonna be a art, okay? Yeah, it's so glamour, that's what's it. And I'm gonna just run in these streets with my glamour witchcraft vibe, to a point where I'm actually doing Insta posts about my, like, you know, practices that are dingy, crawling on the floor like a whole snake. Is just the in thing for today within the Ngoma space. Within the Ngoma space, we just like to crawl on the floor. Yeah, with snake spirits. But hey, it's the good side. We don't bewitch people. We don't take away everything. We just crawl on the floor like a snake. Witchcraft is glamorized in this country. Celebrities are coming out by a twasa and everything. On Instagram, you will be shocked what you find over there. I'm not on Instagram, but I am on YouTube, and every so often Instagram makes it to YouTube and people do videos. And there was a time when this one South African YouTuber did a video showing us some chick on Instagram that was showing her basically being indwelt by a snake spirit, and she got on the floor and wiggled around like a snake, and that post got like 500,000 likes. Can't even tell you how many views it had. If you have 500,000 likes, how many views do you have? Like probably millions. Yeah, that's what's good. Yeah, and she was actually crawling around like a snake, telling people this is how I get indwelt by this darkness. So I mean, when you're seeing such fabulous numbers, such a massive clout following on Instagram for something obviously diabolical, you then might be trained in your members to think that it's okay to come out of the corner of the water, and display all your darkness for all, just like at MTN. Marketing thought that they could just put bikinied ladies at the entrance of the company because they had been making observations of chicks wearing bum shorts and fishnet stockings on a regular Tuesday at a job, a professional environment where we had corporate wardrobe. And they be out here looking like dominatrixes about to do some kind of a porn scene. But they're in the office like that. Chicks wearing crop tops in the office. Yeah, that was just ignored. It was just glided over. It was ignored. Bosses saw their staff members rocking up in the office wearing barely anything. Goodness, I remember there was this one girl. She was so inappropriate. She literally rocked like, it's almost like it was a bikini, like a panty like brief panties with a bra, and all she put on it was like a mesh. That's the kind of stuff you wear at a beach. All she put on top of it wasn't a mesh, sorry, but like some silhouette, some transparent material that was pants and a top that covered her whole body, but like underneath you could see literally yellow brief panties and yellow bra. But like she put that see-through stuff on top of it, and she was going in and out of meetings and just walking around the building in a bikini, in beachwear. And she the whole day came and went, and she got to go home unfettered. She went home unfettered. She wasn't sent home. She went home properly at like 5-6 p.m. unfettered. The whole day she was walking around the office like that. So of course they imagined they could just bring teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikinis at the booms. That's what happens when a global citizenship is praising witchcraft on social media. That's what happens when a global citizenship is out here liking an Instagram post of a woman being demon possessed in front of everybody and saying, this is our heritage, these are our ancestors, we need to just let them come and dwell in us and celebrate good times. Come on, da 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 da, woohoo! People who have been brainwashed by the system, they've been brainwashed by social media because they've been living in the midst of social media. They have been taken by the tsunami of global influence through these machines, through these telecommunications portals, through the Wi-Fi machine. But what is the percentage? I need to understand. There are billion. What I'm trying to get at is that, guys, there are something like billions of people. We are 8 billion on the earth so far and counting. Near on half of that ain't got no access to the internet. That's what you must understand. There are people that have not been influenced by the system. These things that pull all of us by the nose, that cause our yearnings and the like. There are people who are unscathed by it. They're like virgins. They're these pure little Jungle Book babies raised by wildlife and not by wild humans. And so they're still largely within their ecosystems, naturally self-preserving, because that's how God made us to be. Within tribes, historically, as humanity, there was always a collectivistic way of operating that the tribe's very existence might be preserved. And we just automatically got how we ought to be just to thrive this tribe, just to thrive this village. And these people are operating on those same basic ancient principles. It ain't broke, ain't no need to fix it. These off-gridders are still living the same old school pure life that we all started out living. But then there's like half of the planet that's out here swinging like Sia. On a chandelier, on a chandelier. They're like a bird that's gonna fly and crash into some volcanoes and act like it's okay, I wasn't burned. They're gonna swing on a chandelier, on a chandelier. Half the global citizenship is swinging on a chandelier. They're doing what they want to do. And so because they're swinging on chandeliers, they're too drunk to even realize that there are people that if they found them swinging on a chandelier, they would not hesitate to kill them, because it's literally an existential threat to a tribe for someone to be swinging on a chandelier, unfettered. It is an existential threat on the survivability of that particular tribe for people to just swing on a chandelier, All of your loss of manners, human individuals, is not necessarily the loss of the manners of certain portions of the planet that are largely unreached. So really, like, there are pros to poverty. There are benefits to loss, to lack, to want. There are benefits to being unindustrialized, to having not been gotten to yet. When you are still living in some gravel streets and you don't yet know what tar looks like, there are benefits to being in that ecosystem, because you are largely unscathed by societal poisoning, by these people who walk around with gods being their billies and them glorying in shame. Their God is their belly, they glory in shame, having no regard for the fellow human. And so for those reasons, they will find you absurd to anticipate that the day's going to arrive when you are acceptable to carry on like this. And the thing about all of y'all like loose cannons that are swinging on a chandelier, on a chandelier. Yeah, the thing about you is that you let your guard down in the midst of what you call cultured natives. You lose your cool and you think you can act your Insta life in front of them until they, like I said, butcher you with like a little bit of a necklacing ritual. This guy gotta go. Why? Because he has no regard for our existential trauma. You act like fools because you have all been deeply programmed by a system that one day is going to spit you out if you don't do what it wants to do. You've been nicely trained to accept the mark of the beast in a way that people who are living off-grid, who are currently very poor, who don't know what internet looks like, who have never seen a computer, or even if they've seen one, they have not been able to be in the presence of one long enough to be influenced by it. Yeah, these people, and I keep saying this like over and over again, in the tribulation are going to be by far the best able to survive the beast system. But even before we get there, they are the ones that would wag their heads at your incredible defeatism. Witchcraft has always been an epidemic in Africa, okay? It's always been a problem in Africa. I mean, really, it's a global issue, but among Africans, it's kind of tactless, it's messy, it really has no panache or je ne sais quoi, it doesn't have that Hollywood spunk. And so, due to its lack of decorum, it's, like I said, just really chaotic, yeah. And as chaotic as it is in Africa, it tends to get severely frowned upon by those who get afflicted by it. And never mind frown is such a euphemism. Never mind being frowned upon, it also awards the witch. It rewards the witch in question with a nice little death penalty. Like, that's still a thing. It's still a thing. People go mahaying, people in the bushes still can't stand the guy who gets caught with their pants in the cookie jar, with their pants down and their grabby fingers in the cookie jar. People in the Mahayes are still not about their business. That's what y'all need to understand. People who have barely any access to internet, people who have barely any access to technology, people who need to travel far, far away just to get their cell phones to work. Yeah, that's what's good. People who don't even have ID documents because their nearest home affairs is like in another province, for crying out loud. Yeah, these guys still frown on witchcraft because it is so destructive in their little villages, in their little communities. It causes so much trauma. It causes such a severity of sorrow that if anybody is found with their pants down and their hands in the cookie jar, they don't spare them a moment's notice to understand that destruction is coming. They just neutralize. Abenas kati. What they fear, they neutralize. They kill witches. Go to Mahayeng and literally swing on a chandelier. The way that you're swinging on a chandelier on your YouTube channel where you are just speaking about witchcraft manifestations. Somewhere slap bank or rusty dusty in some village and see if you're gonna make it past the weekend. You will not live, I kid you not. Witches in those areas and those who consult them do it clandestinely like it's always been, in little corners. They try very hard not to get caught because they know that if they get caught, if they don't escape by literally leaving their village where they live, they will die. They get hunted unto death and there is no mercy when they're being brought down. So all of y'all that have been trained by Hollywood and the witches of Waverly Hood or whatever, Salem, Sabrina the Teenage Witch in South Africa, all of these ancestral worshipping shows where witches are just grunting, chanting, grunting, and people are practicing in front of everybody, like this chick on Instagram slithering on the floor like a snake. If she were to be found doing that just from somebody peeping into her window in the village, the smallest little accusation against her, think Salem witch trials, it was over for. They would be done for. But Wako Mahayeng are still very traumatized by the thing that you guys practice so easily in your suburbia. They've got nothing to lose. They're already struggling with service delivery by our governments. They don't have enough water. They don't have enough resources to do anything. They don't have electricity. They live in mud huts. They are living from hand to mouth. And largely they rely on farming. They rely on, they like villages. They like tribes. Self-reliant. Barely any supermarkets. They literally do everything from scratch. These people need, therefore, whatever happens to run swimmingly. They need the rain to come in due season. Because some of us, when it doesn't rain and the country declares a drought over a certain period, we still drink water. Every day, 8 glasses. We still take entire full showers. We still etc, etc. But there are people where if it doesn't rain, literally babies start to die. People start to die. Livestock starts to die. There are environments where people cannot live with any ecosystem at all that is not trying to thrive their thingamabobby. And so whatever it is that they're doing. And so anybody that is like a little bit of a party pooper, like a witch, as soon as they find them, they get destroyed, they get devastated, they're feared. But they're feared only because they are superstitiously understood as ones who can prevent their cows from giving birth. They're superstitiously feared as ones who can prevent rain from coming. Superstitiously revered as ones who, or feared who, as ones who can prevent their babies from being born, or babies being born, stillborn. They also do human sacrifice rituals, like for real, where it is that people's 3-year-old sons and daughters disappear and their organs are harvested. And so therefore there is just an exorbitant abhorrence for people who practice dark arts in the Mahayes, in the plazis, in the rural areas, in the country. There is an abhorrence of it because people are trying to live in peace, but there are these charlatans all over the show that are trying to win any just even a semblance of prosperity at the expense of the villagers. So Batagati Ndini, seeing as you are the instam tagati, seeing as you are the twasified sangoma of the entertainment industry, because your name is Boeti Tulo or Gigi Lamaine, seeing as you are revered and respected on social media in a world that is trying to make things look normal that are not, understand that the day is gonna come when you cause so much destruction with what you do. So much destruction that even the true sentiment of how people feel about witchcraft will ultimately be manifest in physical retaliation. Because even the people inside the inner city, God Josie Maboneng, have a threshold as to what they will take in their stride. Because you keep on blocking people's careers. You are coming for people's bread and butter. Do you understand? You are coming for people's wombs, futures, husbands, all that jazz. There's going to be so much suffering and people therefore so stirred in confusion, wondering, what did I do? Why under heaven is this my life? I didn't sign up for this. And they will keep on going everywhere from pillar to post, trying to get their lives back together again, absent of any true answered such prayer as that, given that they're not taking it to Jesus Christ. And then they will eventually, just like the villagers, grab their pitchforks and come and stab you with them. You have laying South Africa waste. It's all destitute and everything, which is, I can't say that enough. You've destroyed this Afrique, desut Mzansi Afrique, whatever you want to call it. A country that has got a national anthem that is Christian. And yet look at how you're running these streets as a pagan, thoroughly getting more seriously taken than your Christian fellow countrymen. In a Christian country? You remind me of what's going on in London. Out here yelling at people singing gospel music in public, saying you can only sing those kinds of songs in churches at the approval of your church. But then allowing Muslims to pray in a public square, facing oncoming traffic. Like a country that calls itself Christian out here, allowing some other religion to thrive at the expense of the one true, people like generally held religious sentiment in the country. This nation is apparently Jesus's, because apparently 70 to 80% of us are Christian. And yet, Guduma abatagati laim kagwen. And yet, Gushube on behalf of Abatagati in these streets. And yet, teeming at the folds are rather witches. And they're getting more taken seriously in our corporates, private, public sector. They're getting taken more seriously in our schools. Our children are being told that this stuff is okay. Aspire to be it and you will be okay. By people who aren't even called Uktwasa because it's become fashionable. Let's go into the next part.